The carrying angle is formed at the elbow joint by the intersection of the transverse axis of the arm and the transverse axis of the forearm. It ranges from 10 to 15 degrees. This is majorly due to the fact that the trochlea is a 6 millimeter long process or protrusion downwards and medially, and the coronoid process of the ulna intentates the ulnar bone slightly towards the lateral side. These two factors contribute to cause the carrying angle. The carrying angle, however, has no meaning when the arm is in the flexed position. When the arm is in the flexed position or it is pronated. It only appears significant when held or seen through the anatomical position. If the carrying angle increases beyond 15, it is termed as cubitus valgus, and if the carrying angle reduces, it is termed as cubitus varus. In case of cubitus valgus, the ulnar nerve, which is supposedly to wind around the medial epicondyle, will get stretched, causing intrinsic muscle damage. So this is the lateral view of the shaft of humerus, the olecranon process, the coronoid process, the shaft of ulna, and the subcutaneous olecranon bursa. So there are three heads of triceps brachii: a long head which arises from the infraglenoid tubercle, a middle head just above the radial groove, and the lower or the medial head from the posterior surface below. These three heads forms the major belly, which runs downwards and gets inserted onto the posterior superior aspect of the olecranon process. Now, apart from these fibers, the elbow joint posteriorly anteriorly is covered by the joint capsule. Some fibers from the middle head of the triceps tendon, will arise and be inserted onto the joint capsule. And these fibers are termed as subanconius or articularis cubiti. These fibers are responsible for preventing this nipping of the elbow. The elbow does not form a nip posteriorly and forms just a continued extension due to these fibers. The inflammation of the posterior subcutaneous olecranon bursa is the reason for student's elbow. Apart from these, we have tennis elbow and golfer's elbow. Tennis elbow results due to the reason of sudden pronation of the extended upper limb. This would be the lateral epicondyle and this would be the medial epicondyle. Since the arm is already extended, the fibers of the extensor compartment, that is the common extensor origins, that is lateral epicondyle, will be affected, resulting in damage majorly to extensor carpi radialis longus and damage to the radial collateral ligaments. In golfer's elbow, we have the arm, the forearm, the hand, and the golf stick. Since the hand is already in flex position and it is a swinging of the upper limb, that results in damage to the muscles of the medial epicondyle, that is the common flexor origins.